Hey, good morning, everybody. How you all doing? Y'all know who this is. This is your boy Rob Thomas Jr. from the Real News Behind the News. Oh yeah, y'all gotta forgive me. I'm dealing with bad audio using right now is subpar, but I want to keep you all in the loop, keep you all informed at what's going on with the real news behind the news. As you all know, I haven't been able to do too many videos lately because again, let me show y'all what I be dealing with. Just in the last what 7 months, this is what I've been having to deal with. None of these devices are really worth anything. The more money you pay for these phones, it seems like the cheaper they get. Y'all know they got this new iPhone coming out. So we're gonna try to get that. Hoping to try to get that this week. I'm gonna be doing quite a few videos this over the next 2 to 3 days because I got a lot of downtime. I'm going to be off. I really don't have any projects coming up, so I figured that I might as well do videos, keep you all informed. One thing I want to talk about real briefly is the hypocrisy of the Democrats and their so-called sanctuary cities. Now, I have to be careful because for the last 4 months, I've been in a struggle to get this channel back up and monetized. That's one reason why I haven't been doing a lot of videos. I'm basically going to have to quote unquote rebrand the real news behind the news, but my message and my content is going to stay the same. The only thing that I'm going to do is be more mindful of the YouTube community standards, which goes against, which will I don't want to go against, because that puts this channel. The more strikes I get, the more likely they are to take this channel down completely. And I definitely don't want that. I've worked too hard over these last few years, even though I have been very inconsistent, and that's my fault. I apologize for that to all the subscribers. But I definitely don't want them to take this channel down. I've worked too hard, and right now we at 1,500. I know for a fact that if I can do one live video, whether it be 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever, it all depends on you all's participation. We can get the viewers, we can get the subscriber numbers up, but again, we need you all to help us in that by sharing these videos. Now, I know it's late, early in the morning. A lot of people won't see this until tomorrow, but when you do watch this video, please help us beat the algorithms. I mean, they're suppressing this channel all the way to the bottom. A lot of times, a lot of you all subscribers do not get the notifications. So I need you all to help me by sharing this video, liking this video, The whole purpose of what I do is to create dialogue. First and foremost, to promote wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. To give you all an alternative point of view of as opposed to what we're being told by the mainstream media. We know that the mainstream media has sponsors. And y'all want to know who your mainstream media, when I say mainstream, I mean Fox, CBS, ABC, MSNBC, NBC, CNN. All these have sponsors. And in most cases, their sponsors are the pharmaceutical companies. Notice every time they go to a commercial, when you're watching these news channels, the pharmaceutical industrial complex, the military industrial complex. And that's another subject, man, family, right there. We'll go into that. Let me briefly bring y'all up to speed on some things that I feel that you all that are not so much a sanctuary for the people who are coming into this country illegally. Now, I did a video the other day on Facebook. I hadn't had a chance to upload it, but you all getting my firsthand account of that video on Facebook. A lot of y'all follow me on Facebook, where I talked about, to me, what Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida is doing and what Governor Greg Abbott in Texas is doing is the right thing. You have a crisis at the border. Nobody really wants to talk about. But we as Black people better get an understanding of what this crisis means for us. Now, you hear the white folks talking about replacement theory quite a bit, and they're right. Because Black folks need to understand this replacement theory. We are being replaced by an influx of people coming from other countries, from Central and South America. Once they get here, they are being allowed to gain access to a lot of social services, such as welfare, such as our hospital system. They are allowed to come here, and in some cases now they're allowed to apply for worker status, legal worker status. They're able to get loans and grants that you and I as American citizens can't get. Notice if you go apply for certain social services now, the first thing they ask you, are you Hispanic or Latin American? What is happening is part of the global reset, the New World Order. The main thing that they have to do is break down every nation's national identity. Nations with people from other nations. And you create a whole melting pot of nations like Babylon, kind of like Babylon in the Bible. Babylon was a place where all the people from all the earth were either conquered in war by the Babylonians and brought to Babylon, or they came to Babylon for the cultural enlightenment or the cultural experiences that were going on at that time. But what we're seeing right now is an influx of illegal, quote unquote, I put the emphasis on the word illegal. They're coming here in some cases at a rate of 1,000 to 2,000 or 3,000 or more people a day. When they come here, Black people, who is it that's going to have to give up the housing for them? The wages have decreased so much over the last 10 years because of all this illegal immigration that jobs that used to be $20 an hour 10 years ago are barely $10 to $12 an hour right now. Now, we can't blame the illegals for doing a lot of the jobs that we as Americans are too high in, stuff like that. But when you drive around, especially the city of Shreveport, You're seeing construction on a major level in this city, and at least 60% of it is being done by people who originated from. What Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott is doing is they're highlighting the hypocrisy of the Democrats and their so-called sanctuary cities. I know pretty much everybody, two examples that everybody is familiar with is the one example where they dropped a busload of immigrants off in front of Vice President Kamala Harris' house. Kamala Harris, ain't she one of the main, actually, let me give y'all a little background real brief. Joe Biden, when he won the election, boom, he got inaugurated, he became the president. He delegated Kamala Harris as the border czar, meaning her job was to keep up with what was going on at the border. Kamala Harris told us that there was no problem at the border. How could there not be a problem again when you have at least 1,000 to 5,000 people every day coming across that border into Texas illegally? Now, Greg Abbott of Texas said, "Screw that. We're gonna expose these hypocrites for the hypocrisy that they are guilty of." So Greg Abbott started first. He started sending some of these illegal, quote unquote, illegal immigrants. Notice I'm putting emphasis on illegal because they are crossing the border into this country illegal, y'all. And black people sitting around here championing a bunch of people who don't even like us as a group of people, and who are surpassing us right now as a group of people. Right now in a lot of these states, do y'all realize when white folks talk about replacement theory, they realize that they are becoming a minority in these states. California, Texas. If you look around here in Louisiana, you see more and more people from south of the border taking over more and more of the jobs because they are coming here working for a cheaper pay. Basically, what's happening now that Greg Abbott say, okay, we got a solution. We're gonna highlight the hypocrisy of these sanctuary cities. So they sent a busload to Kamala Harris' house, in front of the house. What did they do? I'm put like this: every city that the governors of Texas and Florida are sending these immigrants to are so-called sanctuary cities, meaning that if you can make it here from wherever you come from around the world, you can make it to this city, you are supposed to be allowed to have sanctuary. But what, and then we're going not to mention Martha's Vineyard, we'll talk about that in just a second. But you know what they're doing? They're sending them to other places. So the sanctuary cities are not really sanctuary at all. And the Democrats, I'm not a Republican or Democrat, I speak plain on both levels. But the Democrats, excuse my language, are full of shit. Because they are telling these people, this is what the real thing is going on, y'all. This is what's really happening. The Democrats no longer need black folks. And a lot of white folks are leaving the Democratic Party. They got them some new niggas right now in the illegal immigrants. The Democrats want the Republican states to be flooded with illegal immigrants Once they're flooded with illegal immigrants, they hand them all kind of social benefits, welfare, food stamps, Medicaid, housing, stuff that we as black people been here for 400 years and still got to fight for. But they come over here and get it instantly through government programs with an intention on creating a new voter bloc for the Democrats. That's really what's going on. It's all about elections, human capital. If y'all go back and study research the term human capital, you'll hear a lot of your politicians talking about it right now. That means bringing cheap labor into this country. But guess what though, y'all? This country, we don't manufacture nothing. China is the biggest manufacturer on the planet right now. Matter of fact, go through your house right now and look at all the electronic devices, pretty much everything that's in your house that's electronics or whatever is made in China. Whatever other jobs here in America, these people are coming over here, man, driving the labor wages down, which benefit your politicians through their campaigns. What we are witnessing, y'all, is an attempt by the Democrats to replace Negroes and the white folks who are leaving that party in droves because everybody is starting to see the hypocrisy. Now, the Democrats are hoping to fill all these states up with so many illegal immigrants, give them all kinds of social gifts that they won't have a problem winning elections, because that's the only way that they can win elections, because they don't have a platform to run on. They're going to have you thinking that abortion is the biggest issue coming up for the November midterm election, when everybody that's in the sound of my voice, or everybody that's not living under a rock, know that the price of chicken wings is steadily rising. Gas prices have dropped for a second, but I guarantee you by December, they're going to go back up to some places almost $5-6 a gallon, because what Joe Biden is doing, basically, he's releasing oil from the strategic reserve to try to get the the gas prices down for the midterms, so that he can say we're fighting inflation. But guess what? Oil and gas prices always fluctuate. But you know inflation is still a problem when you go to that grocery store. You got a supply chain problem. So the Democrats do not have a legitimate platform that they can run on. So they're trying to fill the voter rolls with illegal immigrants, with immigrants, period. So now that DeSantis and Abbott, the governors of Florida and Texas, respectively, are sending people to these so-called sanctuary cities, what are they doing in Chicago? Mayor Lightfoot in Chicago. Chicago is a sanctuary city. If you can make it here, you can have the American dream. But soon as she got 50, keep in mind, they coming in through the borders of Texas and California. They're coming in through the borders at a rate of at least 1,000 a day. Greg Abbott sent 50 to Chicago, And Mayor Lori Lightfoot in Chicago hurry up and sent them to another county right next to Chicago with the express thought that we don't have the infrastructure to take care of these people. Well, why the hell do you call yourself a sanctuary city? See, this is the game that's being ran. It's part of the global reset to bring cheap labor into the United States so that they don't have to pay you and I, hardworking American citizens, that $25 an hour that this job really is worth and requires. Now we can bring some people from Honduras or Venezuela in and pay them $8, $12 an hour. Do y'all catch on to what's going on? So now in Martha's Vineyard, they sent 2 planes to DeSantis. Sent 2 planes. DeSantis is the governor of Florida. He sent 2 planes to Martha's Vineyard. Do y'all realize Martha's Vineyard is the playground for billionaires? They got all kinds of rental properties, because what happens, the richest people in America go to Martha's Vineyard for their hotspot, their playground, their getaway, their escape, their Shangri-La, their paradise. Barack Obama has a $12 million, 48-acre mansion in Martha's Vineyard. Martha's Vineyard is a place for rich folks. Now they got all these open Airbnbs and all these empty properties that people come through during the summertime and rent for their vacations. If the immigrants somewhere else, now didn't it? The richest place, one of the richest communities in the world, just said, even though they're a sanctuary city, they are verified and claim to be a sanctuary city, they didn't have room for 100 illegal immigrants. They sent them somewhere else. Ain't that the same thing that the governor of Texas and Florida is doing? So how the hell now you got to talk about human trafficking and no, that's bull crap. You got a bunch of people who are coming through the border illegally, flooding the infrastructure of the southern states. Louisiana is a southern state, and me being a businessman in Louisiana, I'm struggling right now because the jobs that I would normally do, guess what? Black folks, we talk a lot of bull crap, like we need to help each other, but I know a lot of black folks that are gonna go hire them people from south of the border before they hire another black person. And only reason why is because they will come in and do a job for half the price that is really worth to somebody like you and I who have been living here all our lives. But we like to talk about Black Lives Matter. We like to talk about those people, they just looking for a better life. Do y'all realize, black folks, we the only motherfuckers to come here against our will? Once we got here, they took away our language, our religions, our heritage, our cultures. They took away our recipes, our bedtime stories. They took away all that from us. But these people are coming here with their cultures intact. They're coming in a lot of cases from countries that we have bombed and destroyed militarily. So legally, they have a right to come here because we displaced them during the process of war and colonization of other countries. They're coming here, man, getting benefits that you and I cannot get. When these people come over here from the Ukraine, a war that really, I got to try to find a way to say this without YouTube blocking me, or I'm going to just keep it real. It's a fact that the situation that we're experiencing now in the Ukraine started in 2014 with Victoria Nuland, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and Joe Biden sponsored a color revolution, meaning the overthrow or coup d'etat of the Ukrainian government that allowed a bunch of neo-Nazis in the Ukraine to attack the Russian-speaking people who lived in the Donbass area. That's really what's going on. And y'all sitting around here today like, well, I ain't worried about the Ukraine. We got stuff to worry about here in America. Do you realize this is one of the reasons why your gas is so high? What's going on in the Ukraine? I always tell y'all, you got to understand what's going on overseas in order to really understand what's going on in your neighborhood. Do you realize we're seeing high inflation, and at the same time, you and I are struggling to go and buy chicken wings that used to be $5 a pound last year, now almost $20 a pound. You know why? Because your government, we gotta go on the low end, 50 billion of your tax dollars to the Ukraine. They are literally feeding the people of the Ukraine with your tax dollars while you and your kids are struggling to go to the grocery stores here in America. So you see why I say you better understand what's going on overseas? Because if you don't understand what's going on over across that water, you will never understand why the interest rate is finna be jacked. It's really, I really didn't mean to get off into inflation. That's a whole different video. We're gonna try to do that later on today. I'm really trying to get a new device. We got a couple of people that's hanging with me this time of morning. Please, anybody that's on this broadcast right now, please leave a comment. Your comments make the broadcast a whole lot better. Leave a comment, or if you just happen to stroll by, share the video. If you disagree, share the video and say, look at this old snacker-tooth Negro here. He think he's so smart, which I'm not the smartest person on the planet. I am one of them, though, because I think for myself. And my job right now as the moderator, the face, the voice behind the real news, behind the news, is to bring you the real news behind the news. Now, you might not agree to what I say, and you start asking questions, you'll never look at the mainstream media again the same way. Because here you are, have a corporate media infrastructure that is designed to shoot out propaganda. They might tell you of a event that's happening that's related to the news, but they're going on those events. They're not going to tell you the truth. They're not going to tell you that, again, 3/4 of that money, that 70-something billion that they've given to the Ukraine within just the last 6 months. Think about it. It only takes 50 billion to end homelessness in America. With $50 billion, you can buy property, real estate, and develop property and real estate for every homeless person in America. 50 billion. We just spent that and sent it to Ukraine for weapons of war, half of which getting blown up by Russia before it even sees the battlefield. Another 25% of it is being sold by corrupt members of the oligarch in Ukraine. Do y'all realize what's really going on? So now, going back to immigration, these people are allowed to come from the Ukraine. Think about this. Any military in the history of mankind has ever had, when we withdrew from Afghanistan. We withdrew from Afghanistan, hundreds of American citizens behind, who were told to find a way back home, but yet we have allowed tens of thousands of Afghan refugees to come into this country. Afghan people to the United States refugees than we did take our own people out of Afghanistan. You have American citizens right now trapped in Afghanistan, but all a person from Afghanistan have to do is make it through the southern border, and once they get here, they get tax breaks, they get food stamps, they get free health care, they get business loans that you and I can't get. So we as black people, the last thing we should be doing is champion a bunch of people who are coming here illegally who will not to put us out. Hey, Sister Kimberly, how you doing, man? I'm glad you can join me this early in the morning. I'm gonna go for a few more minutes. I just had to do this video, and y'all excuse me for the quality. If y'all want to help with the quality, y'all see down at the bottom. Please, man, I'm gonna be real. I need another device desperately. You all can help support this channel, and if I just get some support from this, we will have 5,000 subscribers. One of the main reasons why I be so inconsistent is because I'm trying to get my home fixed up. I'm trying to get back into my house, to get off these streets, man. Stop living in these dang hotels. Stop living sleeping on people's floors. It's been a year now, over a year, almost 15, 16. It's time for me to get back home. So I have to dedicate all my attention to that. But I'm constantly reminded every day somebody's commenting on one of my previous videos, when you're going to do another one. So I have to stay committed to this channel because I know a lot of you all are wanting to know truth. I'm not saying that I am the forefather of truth, but I seek truth, man. I seek knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I seek to learn the world around me and how stuff over in Afghanistan, Ukraine, Syria. Did y'all know we over there? The United States government is over there stealing all the oil from Syria. Oh yeah, and if I had the proper devices, I already got the know-how knowledge because I teach studies, got certifications and stuff. I can put the stuff together. I just right now, man, my finances are such that I barely eat every day, literally. That's not you all's fault. Shit, a lot of y'all barely eating right now again due to the inflation that's causing beef prices to rise by 17% from this time last year. And guess what? With all the floods and all the inclement weather, famine in America that we never thought would be possible. See, what we got to do in America is realize, wake up first and foremost, and realize that we're living in a fantasy land. You are being given a false narrative every day. Because no matter, put like this, there's hundreds of television channels, there's hundreds of radio stations, there's hundreds of newspapers in this country there. So that means those 6 people are able to control the narrative as to what you hear, what you see. The 2 most powerful people in America right now that literally controls 90% of what you see and hear on a daily basis. I said this before. Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos, the ones who control Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger. Bezos owns Amazon, Google, what else? YouTube. Do you realize you living in a fake reality that's designed to keep you seduced? Now you're seduced through the propaganda of the media. They're going to sedate you by legalizing all these various different drugs. And while we as American citizens, especially black people, who are the only people on this platform, but you got to realize this, black people in America, descendants of African slaves, or the Indian Africans, the black Indians here, because believe it or not, y'all, don't let them fool you. Talking about all the Indians that were here were red men. No, majority of the people that were here way before the colonists or colonialists came here were black people. When Christopher Columbus first set foot down in the West Indies, his brother in his diary wrote that he was shocked at all the blackamoors that was already on this side of the earth. But we are the only group of people on this planet, black people in America today, that do not have a culture. Don't have our original religion, our original language. We don't even have the recipes, the bedtime stories, the folk tales that was taken away from us. And we have been given a culture of death. While we're around here watching P Valley, I like to call it Punk Valley. While we're sitting around here watching P Valley and listening to rap music that's violence, chaos, and mayhem, these people are coming over here copying our culture that we have been given of self-destruction. But at the same time, they still have their family structure, their family culture. They speak 2 languages, the genetic inherited language. They got all their recipes. They got all the necessary aspects of a culture that makes a culture. A culture is dependent upon a group of people who have their religion, their I guess you could say their language, their recipes, their folk tales have been practicing for thousands of years intact. We as black people don't here in America. But yet still we want to champion illegal immigration. Why is that? Any black person in their right mind will understand that you got government programs that allow some of these people to come over here. If these people come over here and can get degrees, they got to grow in America. Corporations get kickbacks or get special funding just to hire these illegals at a lower wage than they would have to hire a black or white American. Do y'all realize Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott are doing the right? Those people in the sanctuary cities, so-called sanctuary cities, to put up a shut up. How can you call yourself a sanctuary city, Chicago, when as soon as you got 50 of the 1,000 people that came through the American border illegal in one day, you got 50 of them, and you saying that you can't handle that. So you sent them to another county. But guess what? Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arizona, New Mexico, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, we got to deal with this shit every day because these people are steady. We see them through the South and through other places. Do y'all realize right now that they're putting at your tax dollar expense, they're putting these people in damn near 3, 4, 5-star hotels for months at a time until they can properly process them at your expense, meaning you get up every day and go to work 9, 10 hours on a job that you don't want to go to, and every payday they take money out your check to put a bunch of illegal immigrants in a 5-star hotel. Do y'all realize what's really going on? Black people, we are the last people in immigration. After a while, we didn't come here as immigrants, y'all. Don't let them fool y'all. No, Negroes came here as slaves. Everybody else that then came here still look at us like we still slaves. Nobody respects us, but we'll go out and fight for everybody else, again, who would not piss on us to put us out if we was on fire. Now, I've been going for 30 minutes. I wasn't planning on going this long. And again, my video and audio is off. I got a bad phone. Please look down there at the ticker, man. We need you all to help support this channel in all kind of ways. Most importantly, make sure that you are subscribed, still subscribed, because we've been having problems with them unsubscribing people from this channel. We've been having, make sure you hit that bell because we've had the problem of people getting notified for this channel. Please hit the like button. Most importantly, share these videos, whether you agree with me or not. If you don't agree with me, say, y'all listen to this old rusty, dusty Negro think he's smart. He to it me. Say, hey man, y'all might want to listen to this, bro. Share it to your Facebook. Your if you got a YouTube channel, share it to your YouTube channel. I'll share your videos on my channel. We can work that out. That way we can uplift more people if we work together. But share it to your Instagram. Share these videos, man. If nothing else, to create dialogue, because this is what's one of the most detrimental things to free speech. Instead of people engaging each other in constructive dialogue, you have a group of people who are literally so sensitive that they would rather cancel you because they don't have an argument or a legitimate response or rebuttal to what you say. They don't have facts on their side. So instead of engaging you who have knowledge, because if you listen to this channel, I'm gonna just be real, you're getting knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So use this knowledge and go forth, man, and let's wake our people. We got a lot of so-called woke people who are not that woke. They sleepwalking, but they not woke. Because any Negro in America that champions the immigrants who come here illegal, who are taking your jobs, who are literally overtaking your neighborhoods. You got neighborhoods that was once predominantly black throughout this whole country. Black folks have been ran out. We are steadily becoming deeper and deeper. We're being put deeper and deeper into a pit as a minority. Whereas the white folks right now, when they talk about replacement theory, you all get mad at them. Them white folks get mad. They this and that. Now, them white folks that talk about replacement theory are telling you the truth, because guess what, Negroes? We are being replaced faster than the white folks. Do you realize the majority was the white folks for a long time, but in places like California, places in Texas, and places where all these illegal immigrants are coming, white folks have now become in the minority. But we as black folks love listening to them good old white folks on channel, on ABC, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, because them good old white folk, they gonna tell us what's going on. No, they're going to lie to you about what's going on to seduce you into just being passive. And the longer you be passive, the more people are gonna come over from overseas, from a lot of the people that coming from the border. First and foremost, let me give y'all something. The people that's coming through the border, most of them are not from Mexico. Buki Austin, I disagree with you, because guess what's happening to the Haitian immigrants that's coming here? Black immigrants are not taking over. The Haitian immigrants right now, you had probably about, just say 1,000 of them in the last 2 weeks to come here. Guess what's going to happen? Yesterday and today, they're being put on planes, sent back to Haiti. They're not going to sanctuary cities. The Haitian immigrants and people coming from now, the Africans who are coming here from countries that we have destabilized, yeah, they get a free pass, because by us going over there, destabilizing their country. Do y'all realize right now we are bombing the shit out of Somalia? We are overthrowing the government of Ethiopia. We are causing chaos in South Africa. These countries that we deliberately destabilize, the people are allowed to come here. But the Haitian people, they're putting them right back on planes. Remember a couple of months ago when you had all them Haitians at the border? How many of them actually got a chance to apply for political asylum? If you had 5,000 of them, I'd say maybe 100 of them had a chance. But guess what Joe Biden was doing to the Haitian immigrants that was trying to come through here? Putting them on planes. They had 4 planes a day at one point, sending them folk back to Haiti. The people who are coming from the African nations, guess where they're coming from? The places that got oil and gas. See, that's what y'all got to understand. Our neighborhoods are being replaced. We're being replaced in our own neighborhood. Guess who owns all the gas stations in our neighborhoods? The people from the oil-producing countries. Black women, y'all should be able to catch this. Guess who owns all the hair shops in our neighborhoods? The weave shops, the fake fingernails, the fake eyelashes. The people that's coming from countries that manufacture that shit. Are you catching on right now? They're coming from countries that either they're selling oil or manufacture shit. What do black folks in America manufacture? Nothing. Again, pay attention. It's far more people coming from the Ukraine, Afghanistan, Latin America. Most of the people right now that's coming here, where they coming from? Venezuela. Why are they coming from Venezuela? Because for the last 10 years, we have had sanctions on Venezuela that destabilized their economy to their inflation rate is almost 100%. So they are coming from countries that we destabilized, and legally under international law, we have to take a lot of these people in because we cause the destruction and the destabilization of their countries. Negroes in America don't have a country because the people in Africa don't give a damn about us. Like Eddie Griffin say, how many niggas you see in a canoe that came from Africa in these last 400 years to try to repatriate us back to Africa? Nobody likes the African American. I don't even like using that term because guess what? I'm not from Africa. My ancestor was. I'm from the Cooper Road. I'm from Shreveport. I have nothing in common with those folks in Africa. You have nothing in common. To those people, the Pan-Africanists and all this, I understand your point of view, but you talk all this African big shit talk. How many of those languages, 3,000 languages in Africa, can you speak that Pan-African shit in? Hey, Brian Princess, I be following you. I've been watching you lately. I love what you're doing. But yeah, let's keep this real. Negroes in America steady talking about that shit over in Africa when them folks over there don't even give a damn about us. Never try to come and rescue us. Let 6 Americans well, now I can't even say this because you got hundreds of American white folks still trapped in Afghanistan while you are allowing Afghan refugees to come here and seek asylum. We ran off like a dog with his tail between his legs in Afghanistan last year and left damn near 1,000 Americans there and brought damn near 10,000 Afghan refugees back here. Caribbean people too. Guess what? If you coming from any place that don't produce crap and you black, you're going to be back on an airplane in your original homeland less than a month later. The airplane that they sending the Haitians back, we paying for that through taxes. But at the same time, the people from, like I say, from Afghanistan, the Ukrainians are coming here getting tens of thousands of dollars in, damn near, they getting thousands of dollars a month in social benefits that niggas in America can't even apply for. White folks in America can't even apply for some of the benefits that these folks are getting. They're allowed to get business loans. They're allowed to get jobs because a lot of the countries that they come from have trade agreements, whereas they have a dual citizenship. Why you think they not shooting them folks down in the middle of the street like they shooting up? Because they have dual citizenships. If they was to start shooting all the people down from China like they do us, guess what the Chinese government's gonna do? Because they are still citizens of China. We don't have that luxury as black people in America. And then you got a bunch of black people that continuously want to talk about the great history. Keep in mind now, I do believe that you have to know your history, but what the fuck good does it do us to know that black people created motherfucking math and your kids today can't even fucking add 6 plus 6? What good does it do us to know that we were kings and queens in Africa and today we either ex-cons, convicted felons, pimps, dope dealers, or gangbangers? What the fuck good does it do us here in America, black folks in America, to know all this shit about Africa and not know that the same white folks that's oppressing us here is bombing the shit out of Africa right now? Look it up. They're bombing Somalia. They're bombing Ethiopia. They're going back into Rwanda. They're trying to destabilize South Africa. Do y'all realize you're living in a fake world that's given to you by the mainstream media? That's why you have the real news. behind the news. Now, again, I apologize for the quality of this video, but if y'all want to help upgrade the quality, please hit the like, hit the share button. Most importantly, down there at the bottom, this is the part I hate to do, but guess what? Your preachers do it every goddamn Sunday and Wednesday. People, this part that kills me. People will go to church on Sunday and give a pastor 1/10 of their money, and then turn around here in Freeport on Monday, call me asking me, can I help them get their son out of jail? He really wasn't bothering nobody. When he shot them 3 folks, he was just trying to get back to the house because he had left all his weed at home. This kind of shit I go through. Everybody loves what I do. Nobody supports me. This is why I'm able to be the renegade that I am, because I'm going to keep it real. They keep telling y'all, you got to think outside the box. Now, fuck that. Get out the box and think. As long as you inside that box and they feeding you information, you still surrounded by 4 walls. You'll never see what's really going on around you. Get out the box. Start asking questions. Support the real news behind the news. You can do it through Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. It's down there. We really could use you all support. I'm off for the next 4 days, man. I had a job that go start painting a nice little house. They would have took care of rent, everything, and it actually bought me another phone. A lady counselor talking about she want to wait to the end of next month. I'm like, hey, cool. I happen to go by there and I see a bunch of Hispanics working the job. Now, guess what's finna happen? They finna go over there and fuck her house up. She gonna be calling me. Well, they really didn't do this. They do because y'all know why. But guess what? I got people right now that own property that they hire a group of immigrants or people from outside the country to do the job. Get what they do? They pay me $100 a day just to come by and make sure they do the right thing. Why can't you just pay me to do the job? Oh, it was almost $700 cheaper than what you gonna charge me. That's because they got 6 niggas. I mean, six illegals coming in your house and rushing through the job because they got 6 of them, and they all 6 of them probably making $8 an hour. Whereas I got to pay the people here as an American. If I bring somebody in, I gotta pay them $10 an hour. So we're hurting ourselves by championing again a bunch of people who would not piss on us to put us out if we were on fire. But Negroes are like, how the fuck we gonna give a fuck about them living a better life when we're getting shot down in the middle of the street? How do we care about them getting a better life when their children are getting education off of us? Do y'all black women realize how many of these Asian women children that y'all putting through college by buying fake nails, fake hair, fake eyelashes? Y'all buying fake hair, fake nails, fake eyelashes, a lot of kids getting fake titties, fake ass, and then talking about you want a real man. Some of y'all look like real men if you took all that fake shit off. Not trying to judge nobody or whatever, but that's being true. You're spending more money outside your community, and these folks are getting richer and richer, sending their children to school, to university. Our kids barely can pass the 3rd grade and reading on a kindergarten level. Truth is what it is. Hey, I thank y'all. Thank you, Bron Princess, for sharing this video. If y'all again like the video, like the content that we put here, y'all want to keep this channel rolling. We need to get to 5,000 subscribers before Christmas. I'm going to do my best to do it. I don't give a damn if the audio quality is bad, hey, I can only afford right now my living situation. If y'all want to help me upgrade everything, really all I need is about $300. I can have this shit with the microphone, the shit like y'all see other YouTubers. I can do it, but right now I can't